Hey guys, what is up? Welcome. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how would I word this? Really like a makeup products I'm kind of like done with. Not in a way where it's like I'm done, I'm over you kind of thing, but done with in regards to actual like product. So I did a video like this last year and you guys really loved it. You enjoyed it. You loved seeing the progress on certain makeup items that I have. Now I will say for this specific video, it's not like I have tons to speak about because as much as I love using products that I enjoy and love, like they're just tried and true to me, I also like to venture out and try out different things. So I don't necessarily like hit pan or go through a lipstick regularly or through a mascara regularly, all of that. However, I did want to make this video to share with you guys the progress that I do have on certain makeup products and I'm actually like really happy about. I will leave last year's video linked down below. Some of the items that I mentioned in today's video were in that video. So if you watch that and come back to this, you'll still see like I still have a decent amount of those products, but they're still like I use them regularly. I love them. They're tried and true, so you know like they're favorites. And yeah, it's been a year later, so it's kind of like, how are you not finished with this product yet? Some might think, which I'm thinking to myself now. But it's also because I'm using other items as well, but these are they're just always there for me, you know, and I love them. Hopefully you guys get the point. I hope you guys enjoy this and let me show you guys the goods that I have progress on. Okay, so I situated everything up here on my counter. It's possible that I'm probably forgetting like a few items, but this is pretty much the gist of it. Okay, so first up we have this right here from Tula. This is the Signature Glow Refreshing and Brightening Mist. With this one, you guys can see I'm pretty much halfway done with it, but it just randomly broke. Like the mister on it is not spraying. It kind of annoys me because it's really a solid product. I love using this on days where I'm looking for that extra glow. This gives it all to me. It doesn't necessarily set, like it doesn't prolong the wear of my makeup per se, but it gives me like the most beautiful glow ever and just I love it. So halfway through with this one, I would totally repurchase when I finish because this is like my favorite glowy mist ever. Next up we have the MAC Prep and Prime Setting Spray. So with this one I have just a little baby bit left. I've had this in my collection for a minute now. So it's been a little bit of a while. So I'm trying to finish it off just because it's getting to be a little bit more on the older side, but it still works well. I love this. I think it's just a good solid go-to setting spray that just makes your makeup last, you know. Next, for foundations, I have these two goods. So I love the Light Wonder Dreamskin foundation by Charlotte Tilbury. I would say I'm almost halfway through with this one. This is like my everyday go-to foundation. It's also one that I wear a lot in my videos. It's just so nice, natural looking, but very buildable, and it looks very youthful and glowy on the skin. It blends out amazingly, and it also lasts beautifully throughout the day or night. Love this. This is like my holy grail of grails. I would probably always have to have it in my collection because it is heaven. It's so good. Okay, and then we have the Skin Glow, Forever Skin Glow by Dior. So with this one, you can see I have this much left. Also really pretty on the skin. I love that it's a skin glow foundation. I love going for glowy foundations that are very breathable and like one with the skin. This is also amongst my favorites. And yeah, I love it. I think it's amazing. Next for primers, I have this right here from e.l.f. This is the Poreless Putty Primer in the original formula. So if you guys have been watching my channel for quite some time, you know that I love this. I've shown you guys this pan in a few videos, so I don't have much progress since the last time I showed you how much progress I actually have, you know. But this is an amazing, just overall primer. I feel like it does prolong the wear of my makeup. It creates a really beautiful base, and it does fill in your pores pretty beautifully. So love this a ton, and it's so affordable from the drugstore. And then I also have this one right here by Tatcha, the Silk Canvas Primer. So this is just a smaller size. It's not like the full size, but you still get so much in here. It's a great way to test it out if you don't want to spend, you know, the full price tag on the full size. You get a lot in here. I think this is beautiful as well. Very similar to the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I'll be honest, I don't know which one I personally prefer. I really kind of feel like they're the same. You do kind of feel a little bit more bougier when you're using this because it's Tatcha, but the e.l.f. one is still like pretty much on the same page as this one. Both solid pore filling primers, but non-drying, and I would say also not mattifying either. Like it's just in the middle there. So great for those who have oily and or dry skin. For concealers, I have these two, so one Maybelline and one from First Aid Beauty. So this right here is the Fit Me Concealer. I think I've used up at least 4 or 5 or 10 of these. Really nice. It's not my ultimate favorite concealer anymore, so I'm actually just trying to get through this. I don't know if I would repurchase it right away. It's nice. Somewhat pretty hydrating, but I feel like I've discovered other concealers that I prefer more than this one. But if you are looking for an affordable concealer that gives you, I would say, medium coverage and is like a good, just basic everyday concealer. This is pretty nice. Although this right here is my actual favorite concealer. I don't know if you guys can see through the container, the bottle or something. What would this be called? But you can see that I'm pretty much, I would say almost even finished with this one. It's the First Aid Beauty Bendy Avocado Concealer. This is in the shade number 5. Yeah, it's pretty much empty in there. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, it's pretty much empty. I started using concealers that are a shade or two darker than my skin for my under eye area, and I actually prefer that more. I've mentioned that a few times. This is such a beautiful hydrating concealer that blends out seamlessly, gives you, I would say, medium coverage, and is just a perfect everyday concealer. No fuss, doesn't necessarily crease, and it looks great on. I love this. Here you can see even better now that it's pretty much gone. I was like scraping the edges of this one. Okay, next up I have one bronzer here. This right here is from e.l.f. I adore this. I constantly speak about it. It's in the shade Sunkissed. So this is a really pretty bronzer. I would say that's maybe slightly more on the cooler tone side. It builds up amazingly and it looks very like real on. You know, I'm very into like the real look because it's like I want it to look like my face, not like I put something on my face. So I really adore this. It's $8 on Ulta site. Really high quality, I will say. Like if I would close my eyes and apply this on, I would think it's like even comparable to like a Gucci bronzer, I'll be honest with you. It's solid, solid stuff. Next we have the NYX Brow Glue here. I didn't finish off a ton of this one, but you could still see a decent amount of progress. I love this. So I'll use it on its own, or I'll fill in my brows and then apply this on top. This really is kind of like glue for your brows. Your brows don't budge when you apply this on, and it also kind of creates just a nice feathery effect if that's what you're looking for. I think it's a super, super solid brow glue. Like seriously, I would repurchase this time and time again. It's like my favorite to use. And then the brush, let me show you. The brush is like this little perfect small thing. And just the bristles on it are like, it's perfect. It makes your brows look fantastic. Next for powders, I have these two. So one pressed by MAC, and then I have this right here by Milk Makeup. Here's the MAC Studio Fix Plus powder. I have it in NW30. This is my second one. So I repurchased this. This is the second time. I love it. It's a really beautiful, pretty finely milled powder. It does give you a decent amount of coverage, so sometimes I'll just use concealer and then apply this on top, or if I really want to go for the full like shebang, I'll use foundation, maybe like the Charlotte Tilbury one, and then apply this on top to kind of set everything in and also give me even more coverage if that's what I'm looking for. I feel like it does look one with your skin. It's very also like real looking on the face, and I think it's really pretty. It's easy to blend out, and it gives you like, I would say, more of a satin finish. Here's where I have the Milk Makeup loose powder. The thing is with this one, it did come with a stopper. I just took that out and it's so much easier for me to use it. I'll just take as much as I need on my beauty blender and apply it on my face. I'll use this to bake, and I'll use it for the under eye area. With the stopper, it was really an annoying product to use, but now that it's not there, this is so nice. I love how it looks on the skin. It doesn't leave a white cast at all because it's more like an off-white color. So I feel like this could work out for a bunch of different skin tones. And this was like completely full to the top, so you can see here I'm pretty much halfway through with this one. It's such a solid one. I love it. It's like one of my favorites. Next, I wanted to speak to you guys about this Tower 28 blush. This kind of looks nasty, I'll be honest, but this is like pretty much on its way out. It's almost done. I never hit so much pan on a blush in my life. A lot of you guys actually asked me what shade I have. This is in Magic Hour. So this right here is my favorite cream blush ever. They have a few other shades to choose from. The one or two other shades I've tried I did not like. This is like the perfect peachy pinky tone color, and it just looks so pretty on. It lasts throughout the day. It's very, very blendable, and I just think it's so pretty. It's like beyond perfection. Seriously, 10 out of 10. So I also have another blush that I wanted to speak to you guys about. So the Tower 28 one is a cream blush. There's a blush in here that I hit pan on that's a powder. Okay, so this palette right here is from Ofra Cosmetics. There are 4 blushes included and then a highlighter in the middle. You can see there I have a baby pan on the shade Punch, I want to say it's called. It's such a gorgeous like red punchy tone color, maybe similar to the Tower 28 one. It just looks very youthful and like alive on the skin. It's more like a satin finish, very buildable, very pretty. I'll use it sometimes on my eyes as well, so that's why you can see more of like the pan there, and it's not like on the whole thing. They also sell this on its own if you wouldn't want to get the whole palette, but I think in general this palette is actually a pretty a pretty good one, because you can kind of mix the shades, create your customized shade. But this is like really one of my favorite blushes ever. It's stunning on the skin, And honestly, to hit pan, it really makes me happy because I'm like, yay. Okay, and then for highlighters, I have 3 to share with you guys. I cannot believe my progress. It's like kind of exciting, I have to say. So firstly, I have this palette right here from MAC. This is the Hyper Real Glow palette in Flash Plus Awe is this actual name. Okay, so here you guys can see I hit pan on this specific shade. It's literally like just such a nice, I would say whitish / pinky tone blush, but also has a slight hint of champagne in there too. I don't use the middle shade and the other shade as much. I just really focus on this one, and this is like a very blinding highlighter. Meaning like, but it still looks good on the skin. It doesn't look heavy on, or like it doesn't show texture. If this palette is a little bit too light for you, they also have more like a gold trio. But yeah, I think that just the quality is fantastic and it's such a breeze to use. I would say the pan isn't so deep, so you really don't get a lot of product in here. It wasn't really that hard to hit pan, but it was still kind of like, you know, some form of work. Okay, next up we have my palette that I created with Ofra Cosmetics. This came out last year, summer. It's not available anymore, unfortunately, but I wanted to share with you guys that I do have progress on this shade. This is a highlighter in the shade Blissful, but you could use it for the eyes as well. So with this one, I did use it for mainly the face, I would say, but occasionally I would use it for the eyes, and it's so pretty. I love this. You can also use some of these even for the face, like the middle blush could be used for the eyes and face, and then that brown could be like a bronzing tone shade. Okay, and then finally the last palette that I wanted to speak to you guys about is this right here from Dior. They have a few of these on Sephora site, but this is in 001 Universal. Okay, so I'll tell you the story with this one. The white one is a shade that I am pretty much completely done with. There's very little left of that. The gold is one that I recently just hit pan on. You can see in the middle there. The bronzy tone shade, which would have been down here, actually broke. So yeah, because this fell on the floor. And then this little part also broke from the pink. But even with, like, just with this one, I pretty much used mainly like the gold and white anyway. I mean, it was unfortunate that the bronzy one broke, but I don't necessarily use that, so I guess it wasn't the biggest deal. Anyway, I love mixing the white and gold shade together. That piece just fell on the floor. That piece right there. And I just think it creates such a pretty effect. I'll even use the gold on its own. I thought it would be a bit too dark for me, but it's actually perfect. Like, it's the perfect gold, because usually with golds, I don't gravitate towards them because they're so like either yellowy or they're too dark for my skin tone, but that one is perfection. The quality of this palette also is seriously amazing. I would totally repurchase this palette just for these 2 shades because this is like my ultimate favorite highlighter palette ever. It looks seamless, it looks one. It's seriously stunning on the face. Okay, so next up we actually have some lip products, mostly lip balms and then 2 glosses. Here we have the Becca Gloss in the shade Opal. It's a beautiful nude shade, perfect everyday color. This is actually a gloss that I keep in my car, so if I ever forget to put on lip product or I need something, this is very moisturizing, very creamy, and adds the perfect amount of color too. I know Becca's going out of business, so I don't know if this is going to be available anytime soon, but I'm still using it up. I think it's really pretty and it's so comfortable. Next, I have this gloss here from Lawless. With this one, also I don't have that much progress. You can see I just finished off that amount. But again, for a lip product, it's still a pretty big deal for me just because you get so much in here. This specifically is in the shade Annie. It's like a little more pinkier than the Becca gloss. Becca's more like nude. This is more like pinky nude. Really nice quality. I would say you have to go in a few more times just to get it to be like pretty opaque-ish on the lips for a gloss, but it smells great, it's easy to throw on, and I really like the formula. The remaining few products I have are lip balms. This is the Fresh Sugar Lip Balm, just a small size. So I have this much left. I think it comes with this much. So I did finish off a nice amount. I love this. It smells like lemon. It's very hydrating, very moisturizing, and it is exactly what I need when I am going for a lip balm. So I have this. And also, like, here you can see most of it's gone. Whoops. Okay. Then I have this Organic Wear Lip Treatment from Physicians Formula. I love this. I wouldn't say it's a dupe necessarily for the Fresh Sugar Lip Balm, but it's very close. I really enjoy this. It's good stuff. I found this at TJ Maxx. I think they just reformulated it, but it's an amazing, pretty thick lip balm. So great for the night if you want something you know, for overnight, or just great to throw on throughout the day. And then also with this one here is more progress. The next lip balm I have here is from Pharmacy. This is the Honey Butter Beeswax Lip Balm. I'm not gonna say this is my favorite because it does have like a waxier side. My nail's not the hottest thing ever. Whatever. It's not the like it feels a little bit waxy on the lips, but it's still very moisturizing, and I don't find that I necessarily need to apply this really frequently. Like once you apply it, you're pretty much good to go. It has a nice light scent to it, and I mean, I enjoy using this. It's not my ultimate favorite, but I like it. That's why I have like a decent amount of progress. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't use it. And then with this one, you can see, I mean, considering the amount of lip balms I have, I think it's pretty solid. The progress, I'm saying. The product is pretty solid too, but not like, oh my gosh. Okay, next I have the Rose Petal Soft Lip Cream. This is just a small size, but you still get a decent amount in here. You get a good feel of what this is. With this one here, you can see my progress. I'm pretty much more than halfway done with this. I like this. The formula is great. I'm just not the biggest rose scented girl ever, so it's not my preferred lip balm, but I still like the quality of it. It's not crazily scented, but it's still kind of there, so again, not my favorite, but the consistency is great, and I like to wear this especially overnight. Then I have this Fresh Sugar Lime Mint Hydrating Lip Balm, and I feel like with this one I don't have that much progress compared to the video I showed with you guys last year. I do like the quality of this one, but this is also like a scent that I'm not 100% in love with. The Lime Mint is not one that I would pick over the other ones that they have. But again, I like the formula. It's a great like lip mask for the night especially, and good quality, but scent-wise, not my favorite. Okay, then I have the Fresh Sugar Peach Hydrating Lip Balm. So the same thing as the previous one I showed you, but in the peach scent. With this one, I definitely have more progress. I prefer this one so much more than the Lemon Mint. The caramel one is also really good, and I think that they have like a pomegranate one as well. But yeah, I really like this one. Again, with the consistency, amazingness. I like to wear this usually overnight. Definitely has like a mask feel, but like I feel like when you wake up in the morning, your lips look and feel like refreshed, hydrated, and just like plumped and beautiful. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the progress that I had. I would love to know what progress you guys have on certain makeup products. You can also just throw in skincare if you'd like, just because I firstly would love to know like what you enjoy, and also like what do you enjoy? What's tried and true to you, and what can you like not live without? Because I feel like with these products, most of them are items that I cannot live without. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If I would enjoy it, I wouldn't really use it. It would be like, okay, I used it once, it's not working out for me, it's not for me. But these products I love. So anyways, that's pretty much it. I'm looking forward to your comments. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.